This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and fueled by the following.
Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. 601-649-0517.
Hey, this is Bobby Riser, linebacker for the Northeast Jones Tigers. Thank you for logging on to this broadcast brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC.
And hello, NEJ Tiger fans. Thank you for logging on to this Week 2 episode of NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC. This show is sponsored by Walker's Dairy Bar and fueled by Southeastern Baptist College, Alpha Insurance Agent Ben Cole, and Keys Automotive Services. I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, broadcasting live from Walker's Dairy Bar. Joining me as always during football season is Tiger head coach Keith Braddock and the player of the game, which is this week's junior linebacker and offensive lineman Cole Ward. So, Coach, how's it going?
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
No problem, Coach. And Cole, how's it going, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and get things kicked off. Well, for Coach, let's dive right into it. Since you've had some time to really analyze last Friday's loss, let's do something that I like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's start with the good. What are some positive takeaways from last Friday?
Well, just the fact that we're really, really close. We're really, 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 really close. Now, that doesn't mean that we're close to being where we want to be, but we're close to being a pretty good football team. So very close. 2 weeks ago against the Purvis team, who, by the way, is still undefeated, it is 6-0 with 5 seconds to go in the half. Ends up 12-0. We get a score. We got to figure out how to stop them. This week, with 40 seconds to go and fourth down, it's 6-0. So close. And that's something that's positive. And the other is the fact that some things, the negative, and I guess we may get in this in a minute, we're doing it to ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong. Their number 2 was a big, tall player, about 6'5", and we had great coverage. I'm so proud of Jalen for covering him, and he just a tall kid made a play, and our kid fought and clawed, and we're going to try to work and get better at that. But other than a few things like that, it's stuff that we can fix. It's us shooting ourselves in the foot. So the positive would be the fact that we're really, really close. And I got a bunch of kids that I love, and they know it, and they love their coaches, and they come to work every day. It doesn't matter, win, lose, or draw. They don't listen to people being positive or negative. They trust us, and they come to work. And I really like our unit. I feel we're really tight as a team. Really tight as a team and a staff, and good things coming.
I definitely understand you on that, Coach. You do have the way, your coach, staff, yourself relate to the kids, and the way the kids relate back to you guys. That's really phenomenal. That's something that you really don't see on most teams, and just the level of respect that you have for the kids and they have for you in return. That really means a lot. And you speak of Jalen Naylor, his performance, he had a huge task on Friday. I mean, I wasn't too familiar with their roster, but when they lined up on the field and I saw this big, massive receiver in front of Naylor, I was like, and they just have one receiver that they're going with. I said, surely Jalen's going to have his work cut out for him. But, even though Jalen, he did allow a couple touchdown passes, but I even told Jalen and a couple of players after the game, you really did a good job to defend those passes the way you did, even get an interception. I mean, that was really good play. Now, since you talked about the good, now let's talk about the bad. So what's some negative takeaways from Friday?
Well, we'll just address it, offense, defense, and especially offensively. We moved the ball. We were giving them the business. We moved the football. we got to be able to finish, and we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. I mean, offensively, we can't turn the ball over. Special teams, we turned it over one time. Can't happen. Can't have 5 turnovers and win. Not going to happen. Defensively, I thought, again, we played pretty good defensively. I mean, it's hard to get, like I said, they throw a ball up on 4th down, you hold them to 4th, and they throw it up to a 6'6" kid. You know, Jalen had good coverage. Yeah, we're going to keep teaching technique and working, but those type of things are going to happen. I don't lose a lot of sleep. The thing defensively we got to do, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. We can't let them, block us, run a screen. We can't, like I said, a 225-pound running back runs a 4.3, he's going to get his. Okay, I get that. But defensively, we can't play as many snaps. We've got to get off the field and on 3rd down, big down. So that's kind of that's something we can improve on. That's us. That's on us,
Okay. And so finally, of all the bad, I mean, what was so what would you just really consider just the overall ugly out of all of it?
Probably my fault. This, and I told the kids it was my fault. One of the turnovers. A lot of times you see after a sudden change, they turned it over. We get the ball. And, a lot of times then you go out and you try either a trick play or a big play, a home run play. And I never call any plays. Coach Milner and Coach Moss and the staff do that, and they do a great job. And I was just simply trying to help. And, I told Coach, I said, don't forget about you. Don't forget about your home run play, or Thursday plays, what we call it, put them in Thursdays. And do it fun for the kids. And I probably should have stayed over there and or either told him to run the ball because we were moving the ball. We just had a turnover, So the fact that, I'm on myself a little bit about it, but the truth is I was just trying to give the kids a chance. Wanted to do something, have some fun, and try to hit a home run. Wanted to try to hit a home run, and I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I understand that, Coach. And like I said, you just have to. You try to. It's the ball game. You do take it seriously, but at the end of the day, you still want to have some fun with it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, and I even thought like the flea flicker play that you call. Hey, I just thought it was rather creative. I mean, hey, I definitely wasn't expecting nothing like that. And I'm pretty sure, for a moment it caught the other team off guard. Because I mean, that's really the type of play you really don't expect to see, especially at the high school level. I mean, that's something that I maybe expect on the college level or definitely a pro level. But I thought it was rather creative. So. Moving forward, so the Tigers get a fresh, clean start as the new season, also known as Division Play, starts Friday as the Tigers face an undefeated foe, the Richland Rangers. Talk about what the film reveals about them and how has practice gone this week to prepare for them.
Well, they're a good team. They're undefeated. They're undefeated for a reason. They got a good kicking game. Defensively, they haven't given up many points. Offensively, they're big up front. They do use some kids both ways, so they're big defensively up front. Really balanced. Got a quarterback that can run and throw, and they mix it up. Run and pass. As far as practice, I thought yesterday may have been one of our better days. Of course, it was 68 degrees and the wind blowing, so it felt amazing outside. It wasn't scorching 110. But the kids really tuned in. They locked in. They understand this division. They accepted what we challenged them with the way we were going to handle the corona and the COVID and we had 2, we called them preseason games, 2 warm-up games, and we're going to try to win them. We want to be 2-0 right now, but that was practice. Now division's where it counts. We've got a 5-game to start meeting our goals. We've got a 5-game schedule. And if we continue to improve and play well, we'll have a chance to host a home playoff game, play for a division championship. We can do that, and that's our goal. So with all that being said, the kids understand and buy in, and it was a really really good day yesterday and Monday. They picked their game up a little there.
That's good stuff, Coach. Well, all right, Coach, well, thank you for giving us your take on things. We're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll hear from the Scenic Productions LLC Week 2 Player of the Game, junior linebacker and offensive lineman Cole Ward. Stay tuned. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by the following.
Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. 601-649-0517.
This is Charlie Strickland, quarterback for the Northeast Jones Tigers. Thank you for logging on to this broadcast brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC.
And welcome back to the broadcast brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and sponsored by Walker's Dairy Bar, Alpha Insurance Agent Ben Cole, Southeastern Baptist College, and Keys Automotive Services. So at the top of the show, we heard from Coach Braddock. Now let's turn our attention to the Scenic Productions, LLC Week 2 Player of the Game, junior linebacker and offensive lineman Cole Ward, who Cole also plays on special teams as well. So Cole, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today, and way to come up big for the Tigers last week on the punt return for the touchdown. So let's just go back to that moment. Tell the listeners what you saw.
Man, I was just sitting there, and the ball was just floating, and everybody was hollering Peter, and I was just so focused on that ball I didn't even hear it. And I caught it, and all the tackles and everything were already behind me. And my teammates blocked really good for me, and when I got up the line, it was just already there for me, and didn't really much to do but make a touchdown.
I hear you, man. I mean, I must admit, in that moment, I was really quite surprised because even Coach was telling before we kicked off the show that he was calling something. I think, Coach, you said what you called meant just let it roll or something.
Yeah, just get out of the way. It's just a common call. I don't know. It's been that way 100 years. You know, teams yell Peter, 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 and it means move, get away, get away. And we were yelling Peter, 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 no, 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 go, 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 run, run. So, you know, it was one of those weird things that happened. But he looked like he'd been doing it his whole life, which he's deserving. Cole's a good kid. Love him and his family like we do all the kids, but he just wants to play, and couldn't happen to a better kid. I mean, he played linebacker, and you know, sometimes when you move people and have to play an offensive line spot, they turn their nose up. He said, Coach, I'll do whatever you want me to do. He said, it don't make no difference. He said, I just want to win, and because of kids like him, we're fixing to get that thing rolling, and we got a bunch of kids like that, but he's a good kid, plays on every special teams. Like I said, does a heck of a job at guard, and plays linebacker too.
Wow, and I must admit, Cole, when you picked the ball up, I really didn't know what was going to happen at this moment. But when you ran across the field and you turned it up the sideline, I said, who was this guy? And this guy's pretty fast. Because I mean, you had a couple of guys in pursuit, and I was like, well, you know, at least he'll have them in good field position. And, man, when you just blew past all those guys and just ran it in for the score, I'm like, that guy's pretty fast. Come to find out I was sitting in front of your mom, and she just jumped up and started cheering. So I'm like, well, there's his family. But, man, that was a really good play. And that was just a very impressive athletic performance, and just a way to, you know, keep your head in the game. Because, you know, even though, you know, the coach was calling, you know, just to tell you just not to, you know, pick it up or anything. But I mean, if you just, you know, take that initiative and something positive to come out of it, that's really good. So now looking at your positions, you play outside linebacker and you're also an offensive lineman. Which position do you enjoy the most, and how do you feel that position complements your skill set?
Man, I really like linebacker. I'm a good physical player, and I've came into Northeast Jones playing linebacker, and I got moved to guard this past year. And I just had to find a way to like it, and I actually like it now. So I probably like offensive line better than linebacker right at the moment right now.
Okay. I like both of them. There's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, just you know, the maturity that you have to. So even though there's maybe not position that you know particularly enjoy more than the other, I mean, just the fact that you were open and willing to take on that responsibility that the coaches asked you to, that says a lot about you as a player. And so looking back over the years, you've been on the football team. How do you feel you've grown as a player and as a teammate?
When I came to Northeast Jones, I was really chubby and short, and I just worked a lot and hard and became the player I am today, and just
You good. I remember like seeing you like during the summer when the team really couldn't do anything because of the pandemic. But you were one of the ones that I really noticed you were very, very active in the weight room, and actually I noticed that a lot of the younger guys, you were one that that they really looked up to, because I know Coach would have you guys in groups and everything, and they would be they would look to you and your group, and you would so one day you were explaining how the layout and the workout is supposed to go, and how many sets and how many reps that they're supposed to do. So it's things like that really shows good leadership, and the younger guys can look up to you. So that's that says a lot about you. Well, anyway, all right, that's gonna pretty much wrap up things. Coach, it was great hearing from you, and Cole, is also great to hear from you as well. Again, thank you for joining us, and congratulations to you for earning the Player of the Game recognition. And that's going to wrap things up for this week's NEJ Tiger Talk. But again, thank you to Coach Braddock and Cole for their time, and a special thank you to Mr. William Walker and his staff at Walker's Dairy Bar for their hospitality of welcoming the show and for the delicious lunch. And a huge thank you to our sponsors, Southeastern Baptist College, Alpha Insurance Agent Ben Cole, and Keys Automotive Services. And thank you to you, our listeners. And also be sure to log on to our live stream this Friday for the Tigers homecoming contest versus the Richland Rangers, streaming live on Facebook on NEJ TV. And again, I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, signing off. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and fueled by the following.
Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. 601-649-0517.
This is Charlie Strickland, quarterback for the Northeast Jones Tigers. Thank you for logging on to this broadcast brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC.